Howdy folks, I hope all y'all are doing well today. I'm out here, I'm throwing together some little hobo fishing kits. I want to, throw a couple in my glove box, and I'm thinking about gifting some. But yeah, I thought this would be an opportune time to throw together a quick little video on how you make them. There's a bunch of videos on hobo fishing kits. It's nothing new, and I've made extremely fancy versions out of hand carved wood handles, and then I've made really simple versions out of plastic pill bottles, etc. I just really love to have them, because if I come across a hole of water, I don't care if it's a puddle, I'm going to try to fish out of it. So I like to have them ready and in all my bags and in my car and stuff, and I just like to gift them. But yeah, I'm going to throw together one today, just a real quick, simple, bare bones fishing kit. And I thought I'd show you how to do that if it's something you're interested in seeing. So yeah, if you're new to this or interested, just hang tight and I'll show you how to get it done. Alrighty guys, it took me a second to get an angle with this camera where I wouldn't be in my own light, but I'm going to make my fishing kit out of these type spice bottles. I prefer these little smaller ones because they just fit nicely in your hand and they don't take very much room in your bag, but they're both still fairly small containers. They're just spice bottles. This one I think had oregano or something in it, and this one was chili powder. So yeah, I got these at Walmart. Any of them will do. They're all made the same. But yeah, just to get this paper off, all you'll need to do is soak this in some soapy dishwater, and it'll start to give up and loosen up in a few minutes. And then just like you'll have a little bit of sticky glue. If you get like a rough sponge or something, you can just work it off, or even just like some vigorous scratching with your nail will take it off. But that's how you would remove the paper. So what you're gonna want to do here, guys, get you a piece of fishing line. Come down about an inch, put your piece of tape on it, and then you're going to want to wind like 25 feet or so, between 15 and 25 feet of cordage, or not cordage, fishing line, whatever you find useful to you. I think too much will cause it to unspoil and like twist and get knots. I think this is about perfect. Excuse my thumb there. I've been working in the garden a lot, and I got two brand new Great Dane puppies, and one of their little teeth, my hands are getting tough from the garden, one of their little teeth caught my cuticle there and busted it. Anyway, so we're going to get to wrapping this up. Alright, so now you've got your line on there, and you could put a ranger band, a rubber band, maybe even a hair tie, I don't know. You're going to need something with a little bit of width to hold that on there. But I like to use these things. You can buy them in a big thing at Walmart. In the utility section, they're like Velcro strips that stick to each other. I call them like a Velcro zip tie. But you can, put that over your fishing line. It's a little cumbersome, but it'll work. And pull it kind of tight. It's not the best, but it'll do. A ranger band, or cutting yourself some inner tube, but that'll hold it on there and keep it from getting gummed up. If you're going to use this just for survival purposes, you could put another piece of tape on there, but your fishing line, if you're going to use it very frequently, that tape's going to make your fishing line gunky. Alright, so as far as contents, I like to put Band-Aids, and usually I'll have ibuprofen in here too, but Band-Aids, and then like antiseptic wipes, and that's just a pin cap that has a little bit of duct tape, because sometimes you need something like that, and in Ziploc bags so that it makes it easier to keep it separated from the tackle. And as far as tackle is concerned, I just have this little bag. I'm gonna close that back up. I don't want to dump them out. And that's like the little salmon egg hooks, because like sometimes I don't care. I have no shame. I'll fish in teeny tiny little creeks and stuff, and I like to catch the little bitty fish even just for the thrill of catching something. These are like number 6 eagle claw hooks, and every once in a while I'll throw a couple of the bigger eagle claw hooks in there, and then just some tiny split shot, and I'll keep that. I'll have that in there. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll take a little piece of cardboard or piece of plastic and wrap some more fishing line just to throw down in there. I didn't do that today because I was in a bit of a hurry to get out here and get this filmed. I've got new puppies, like I said, and they're running me ragged, and I'm hoping to get out to fish and show you this thing in action. A little lighter. Usually I almost put those in all of them, the little short Bics. And since I'm not going to do a fancy survival kit in this, I still like to have something like this. Is a piece, like a little wedge of a CD, but that's something you can use to signal, like maybe if you were to get out and get lost, because we're not going to do like a fancy survival kit in this one, but a little wedge of something like that maybe. And there's little jigs in here and curly tail grubs. You know, on a fishing kit like this, you might not have too much luck with stuff like that, but in a pinch, it always feels good to have it. I mean, you still can like charm some fish out of the water with them, but I wouldn't count on it. This kit does great with like earthworms, and if you're out, you can turn over a rock anywhere just about and find, you know, an earthworm. Okay, a little wet fire starter to go with that lighter. Put that in there. A small assortment of bobbers like this. This one goes with those little salmon egg hooks because, like I said, no gumption. I'll fish in a teeny tiny puddle. I like to put these in there as well. I think that might be about all I'm going to put in this kit. Maybe, let's see. Oh yeah, of course. And a little tiny knife. Like you need a cutting edge just about in anything. But yeah, it'll fit in there. I mean, there's tons of room in this thing. And I'll probably put this in there because I usually have that. Because when you're out on the creek bank, your mouth can get kind of dry with the sun and whatnot. And then you can just put the lid on there and see it holds everything in there nice. And it's not too heavy. And you've got like, you know, a small assortment of things that you might need in a pinch. You know, like I said, some ibuprofen would be great in there, and maybe throw some iodine, like water purification tablets. And then, because I mean, you have a small container, right? And I'll show you my other kit. But yeah, so like this, boom. And these small spice lids, they don't have this little deal in them, because there's other ways you could utilize this. You could put your line on this side, actually, because I've thought about this. And then when you're done, you can roll it over and even have the hook on there, or you can run it all the way across and take the hook off. And you can clip that on there and it holds your line, if you choose to do that. But I like to try to keep it close to watertight. Now, I'm going to put this little piece of paracord, like, especially, like, you know, if you had some of that fire cord, this would be perfect for that too. I've thought about that also. But I'm going to take the lid off, take my box cutter. I'm not going to utilize this part of it right now. And drill a little hole, because I want to run this lanyard through it, because when you're throwing it, and I'll show you how to do that, you don't want to let go of this thing and it fly off and land into the creek. So, yeah, box cutter, that's all you need. And just drill a hole in the middle. Of course, always use caution not to cut yourself. That might be big enough, we'll see. And there you go. There you go, guys. You are ready to fish. You might want to tighten that up, but I think that'll do. Yeah. Now, let's see if I can get out in the water and catch something. Alright, so I'm just over on the side of the road here. I had to pull over the road, so we're getting sketchy. So we're just out on the side of the road, not in any of my normal spots, and I've just got a little red worm and got my setup, tied my bait and sinker on. And I'm not sure if we're going to catch anything, but it is beautiful out. At least we can get some casts in and see. So when you're casting, you'll just bring your bobber back to you, put your finger on, arm through the lanyard, And give it a toss, and when you give that toss, release. Just bring your finger back. And your retrieval will just be like this. And I'm hoping since we put on some red worm that we'll get something, but I'm not sure. I've never been in this spot before. Let's see. Yes, yes, guys. Yes, now this is what I'm talking about. That beautiful guy. I wasn't focused. I was running from a sneaky snake. But yeah, so you can see that it works. Let's get this guy unhooked. Man, he hammered it. Got a beautiful fish. First one of the season. Alright. I'm gonna let him go. Yes, 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 yes. Good, good, good. Awesome. Perfect. I was just about to have to tidy up for the night anyway. Look at this, guys. Sorry, buddy. Come on. Pretty little bluegill. Look at those markings. Unique. Look at that. You see that? Look at those little markings on this dude. It's a beautiful fish. Let's get this out of here. Alright, I'm gonna let this dude back in the water. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed. I know they weren't very big impressive fish, but you wouldn't have starved and that's what matters. But yeah, I got these little turkeys with me. Missy Lou, Declan, hi babies. Yeah. So we're going to get home, get washed up and cleaned up. I've got to go to work later. But thanks for joining me. I hope to see you guys again next time.